this part, we will discuss the problem statement, rationale, and etc. The background of the study will provide context to the information discussed throughout the action plan. These parts may include both important and relevant studies. This is particularly important if the study either supports or refutes our research. Classroom practices are implemented of methods and teaching methods that define the interaction between the teachers and the students in the classroom, with the goal of promoting learning along with designing and implementing student behavior. This study also tried to discover new issues in class practices from face-to-face class to this new normal setup. These strategies for dealing with them as well as other options for enhancing instructors' school knowledge and abilities. This plan will be implemented to determine what practices existed prior to the face-to-face classes being replaced with the new typical setup or the online classes covered by the elementary teachers at PSU Bayambang Laboratory, as well as to track modifications. The following sectors will benefit from this: students, teachers, parents, and the researchers.
One of the major problems nowadays during this pandemic is the classroom rules. Before the pandemic came, students used to be very excited before the school year started. They love to talk to one another, and every class, they start with introducing classroom rules like greeting your teachers and parents politely. They can raise their hands if they have answered into face-to-face class. But when the pandemic came, COVID-19, everything changed. Schools are closed and the rooms are empty. Everyone needs to stay at home to avoid spreading the virus. Others said that the new normal has come. During the pandemic, a lot of students are in virtual classes. Just like in face-to-face classes, we started our school year or school semester by introducing ourselves to one another. Teachers always remind their students about the classroom rules that they can remove and to avoid all distractions and misbehaviors that interrupts the learning of a child. Classroom rules in face-to-face class and virtual classes have similarities.
A totally online course that lacks active learning activities such as interactions with peers would feel more like an interactive book than a classroom. It is tough to do activities or group activities online. There would be the issue of technology such as lack of task-specific gadgets, a lack of internet connection, or lack of financial assistance to load every day. Many educators and students who preferred in-person instruction have found the abrupt transitions to totally online learning to be very difficult. Some students learn more well when they are taught in person. It is difficult for professors and students to move from online class to face-to-face classes.
In terms of the problem in online class, which is it's difficult to get the students' attention, it can be a great solution if teachers will make online discussions more interesting by making the lessons more interactive, especially for preschool and grade school. Based on our observation in our field study 1, children at grade 1 are highly interactive with their teacher because of the teacher's approach to the students. There is an interaction between the teacher and the students. Open-ended questions are given in order for the students to have the chance to talk. Another solution in giving the students attention during online class is to have audiovisual presentations relating to the lesson which are about to be discussed. In terms of the problem, not all students are privileged to afford an internet connection, smartphone, or laptop. A good solution for this is to offer a child a choice in the mode of education that she or he would take.
When we say time frame, It gives clarity and purpose to business decisions because there is a specific starting time and a definite ending time to each one. And when we say target participants, it serves as the guide in identifying the needs, expectations, and problems of your target audience. Not only helps you to understand them better, but it also ensures that you're creating a product or service that's going to have a real impact on them. Word that comes to my mind while doing this action plan. It's very hard and quite challenging when I started doing my part because I'm not familiar to it. To tell you honestly, I'm not good in making this kind of activity. I'm not knowledgeable yet to accomplish it, but when I see my group mates doing their part, doing their task with all of their heart, I feel motivated to finish the given task to me. I always tell to myself that when the others can do, I can also do it. So I have to admit, it's very hard, but it's worth it at the same time. I gain a lot of understanding, knowledge about the impact of online class in students and teachers on how they will adjust and etc.
In some cases, action plans are a communication device that represents an extreme simplification of complex programs and projects, a list of tasks that we need to do to complete a simple project or objective. They outline all the necessary steps to achieve our goal and help us to reach the target efficiently by assigning a time frame depending on our needs and preferences. That we can use this document to set a single or multiple goals because that's the framework for thinking about how we complete a project efficiently. So the plan of action plan discusses the objectives, the time frame, and target participants that help us to finish the activities in a sensible order and ensure that we don't miss any key steps. In these parts, we will know the goals and the aims of the research. We can also see when the research will begin and when it will end. So it will also serve as the guide in identifying the needs, expectations, and problems of our target audience. So not only helps to understand them better, but it is also ensures that you are creating a product or services that's going to have a real impact on them.